year 2073, humanity achieved what was once thought impossible, building a spacecraft capable of traveling to the edge of the observable universe. The project, named Infinity Endeavor, had been in the works for decades, uniting the brightest minds from every nation. It was not merely a testament to human ingenuity but a symbol of our collective curiosity and yearning for answers about the cosmos. The Infinity Endeavor was the pinnacle of technology, powered by antimatter engines and equipped with a navigation system that could bypass the constraints of time and space. It carried a crew of 12, a mix of scientists, engineers, and astronauts, chosen not just for their expertise but for their psychological resilience. The mission was to explore the edge of the universe, capture data, and return with insights that could redefine existence itself. The journey was long but surreal. Stars blurred into streams of light as the ship traversed the vast expanse. The crew experienced a profound mix of awe and unease. They knew they were venturing into the unknown, a realm where the laws of physics might cease to function. For years, their lives were confined to the spacecraft, with no semblance of Earth's familiarity to comfort them. Yet, their determination never wavered. As the ship neared its destination, the atmosphere aboard grew tense. The crew knew they were approaching the boundary of human understanding, a point where the observable universe ended and nothingness began. The edge was not a physical barrier but a concept, a horizon beyond which light from distant galaxies had not yet reached Earth. The scientists hypothesized it was where time and space blurred, a frontier of the infinite. When the Infinity Endeavor finally arrived, the instruments aboard detected a strange energy field. It was unlike anything they had ever encountered, an iridescent barrier that shimmered like a mirage in the void. The crew called it the luminous veil. It pulsated with colors that seemed to defy description, shifting between hues that the human eye struggled to perceive. Dr. Alara Singh, the mission's lead astrophysicist, stood before the observation deck's expansive window, her heart pounding. This was the moment she had spent her entire career anticipating. She instructed the crew to position the ship closer to the veil, activating sensors and data collectors to analyze its properties. Every reading was a paradox. The veil emitted energy yet seemed to absorb it. It existed in space but didn't occupy it. Time itself appeared to slow as they approached. Finally, the ship entered the veil. The transition was seamless yet unsettling. The exterior of the ship disappeared from view, replaced by a swirling void of light and shadow. The crew's instruments went haywire, providing contradictory data. Time seemed to bend. Clocks ticked backward, forward, or sometimes froze entirely. The experience was disorienting, but no one could have anticipated what awaited them on the other side. When the ship emerged from the veil, the crew was met with a sight that defied comprehension. Outside the window was not an empty void, nor the distant galaxies they had left behind. Instead, they saw an impossibly vast structure, a lattice of light and energy stretching infinitely in all directions. It resembled a cosmic web, glowing with an ethereal brilliance that seemed alive. The crew stared in stunned silence, their minds struggling to process the enormity of what they were witnessing. Dr. Singh broke the silence. This isn't the edge of the universe," she said, her voice trembling. "This is something else, something greater." As the ship drifted closer, the crew noticed patterns within the web. It was not random but intricately designed, as if woven by an intelligence beyond human understanding. The web pulsed rhythmically, each beat sending ripples of light across its strands. It seemed to communicate, though not in a language they could comprehend. Suddenly, the ship's communication systems crackled to life. A voice, or perhaps a thought, echoed through the cabin. It was neither male nor female, neither young nor old. It spoke directly into their minds, bypassing the need for language. "Welcome, travelers," it said. "You have reached the source." The crew exchanged bewildered glances. "Who are you?" Captain Marcus Kane asked aloud, though he suspected the entity didn't need to hear his words to understand his question. "We are the architects of existence," the voice replied. "The weavers of reality, the custodians of creation. You call this place the edge of the universe, but it is merely the beginning. The implications of the statement sent shivers through the crew. Dr. Singh's scientific mind raced to make sense of it. "Are you saying you created the universe?" she asked. "In your terms, yes," the voice responded. "But creation is not an act. It is a continuum. The web you see is the foundation of all that is and all that will be." As the crew struggled to process the revelation, the web began to shift. Portions of it transformed into images, scenes from Earth's history, humanity's achievements, and its darkest moments. It was as if the web were a record of everything that had ever occurred. The crew watched in awe and horror, realizing that their every action, every thought, was part of this cosmic tapestry. "Why did you allow us to find this place?" Captain Kane asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "Because it is time," the voice replied. "Time for your kind to understand that you are not separate from the cosmos but integral to it. Your journey here was not by chance. You were guided." The words sent chills down their spines. Guided? By what? By whom? Before they could ask, the web shifted again. This time it showed possible futures. Some were utopian, with humanity thriving in harmony with the universe. Others were dystopian, filled with destruction and despair. The crew realized they were not just observers but participants in shaping these outcomes. "Your choices will determine which path you take," the voice said. "But know this, the universe is not infinite in its patience. Harmony must be maintained, or the web will unravel." The crew felt a profound sense of responsibility. They were not merely explorers but messengers, tasked with bringing this knowledge back to Earth. Yet, as they prepared to leave, Dr. Singh hesitated. She turned to the window, staring into the luminous web. "What about you?" she asked. "Why do you remain here, unseen by the universe you created?" The voice paused, as if considering her question. "Because creation is a paradox. To shape it, we must remain outside it. To sustain it, we must never intervene." The answer was as cryptic as it was profound. With heavy hearts and minds brimming with unanswered questions, the crew set their course for home. The return journey through the veil was just as disorienting as before, but they eventually emerged back into the familiar expanse of the observable universe. When they finally reached Earth, years had passed. Their story was met with skepticism, wonder, and fear. The data they brought back was unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. Some hailed them as heroes, while others accused them of fabricating their tale. Yet the crew knew the truth. They had seen the source, touched the edge of existence, and returned with a message that could change the course of humanity. As they adjusted to life back on Earth, each member of the crew found themselves haunted by the vision of the web. They had glimpsed the infinite, and it had changed them irrevocably. They carried a burden, the knowledge that humanity's choices could either weave a future of light or unravel the very fabric of existence. And so, they began their next mission. Not one of exploration, but of awakening. They dedicated their lives to sharing what they had learned, hoping to guide humanity toward a path of harmony. For they knew that the universe's patience was not infinite, and the web waited, watching, for the choices that would shape its eternal tapestry. Yet even as they spread their message, questions lingered. Who or what had truly guided them? Was the voice they heard the sole architect of reality, or merely a messenger of something greater still? And above all, could humanity rise to the challenge set before it? Dr. Singh, often in moments of solitude, would gaze up at the stars, wondering if the source was watching. She felt both comforted and burdened by the knowledge they had gained. The luminous veil, the web, the voice, they were reminders of humanity's fragility and potential. The crew's journey had proven that the edge of the universe was not an end, but a beginning. And as humanity grappled with its place in the cosmos, the web pulsed on, its rhythm unchanged, awaiting the next chapter in the tapestry of existence.